On the stormy, rain-soaked afternoon of November 24, 1971, a nondescript man carrying a black attaché case walked up to the Northwest Orient Airlines counter at Portland International Airport. He identified himself as Dan Cooper and paid $20 in cash for a one-way ticket on Flight 305, a short, routine 30-minute hop to Seattle, Washington. Dressed sharply in a dark business suit, a crisp white-collared shirt, a black clip-on tie, and wearing dark sunglasses, he looked like any other corporate traveler blending into the holiday crowd. He boarded the Boeing 727, quietly took his seat in the very last row at 18C, and casually ordered a bourbon and soda while waiting for takeoff. No one on board, from the 36 unsuspecting passengers to the flight crew, had any reason to suspect that this calm, polite gentleman was about to orchestrate the most audacious and baffling skyjacking in the entire history of global aviation. Minutes after the twin-engine jet roared into the gray Pacific Northwest skies, Cooper leaned forward and caught the attention of a young flight attendant, Florence Schaffner. He calmly handed her a folded, handwritten slip of paper. Assuming it was merely another lonely businessman offering his phone number, Schaffner slipped the unread note directly into her pocket without looking. Cooper leaned closer, his voice remarkably steady, and whispered a chilling warning that shattered the cabin's routine. "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." With trembling hands, she pulled the paper out and read the neat, block-lettered message demanding $200,000 in negotiable $20 bills, 4 commercial parachutes, and a fuel truck standing by on the tarmac at Seattle. To prove his deadly seriousness, Cooper opened his briefcase just wide enough for her to glimpse an intricate arrangement of red cylinders, heavy battery wires, and a terrifyingly real explosive mechanism. The cockpit was instantly thrown into a silent, high-stakes standoff with federal authorities, while the rest of the passengers remained completely oblivious to the threat lingering at the back of the plane. Cooper's demeanor was chillingly professional. He knew the aircraft's exact technical specs, demanded unmarked bills to bypass tracking, and refused military parachutes in favor of civilian gear. Once the plane safely touched down in Seattle, Cooper seamlessly executed a tense hostage swap, safely releasing all 36 passengers in exchange for his ransom money and parachutes, before ordering the crew to refuel and take off into the blinding midnight storm toward Reno, Nevada. Somewhere over the rugged, freezing, and heavily forested wilderness of southwestern Washington, he lowered the plane's aft stairs and leapt straight into the pitch-black abyss, completely vanishing from the face of the earth. Today, Neutrix Vision dives deep into the only unsolved skyjacking in commercial aviation history to uncover how one mysterious man outsmarted the FBI and rewrote the rules of flight forever. With the plane refueled and the ransom money safely secured in the cabin, Flight 305 took off from Seattle at 7:40 p.m., heading toward Reno under Cooper's highly specific, uncompromising flight parameters. He ordered the pilots to fly at an exceptionally low altitude of exactly 10,000 feet, to keep the landing gear deployed, to set the wing flaps at 15 degrees, to force a remarkably slow airspeed of under 150 knots, and, crucially, to leave the cabin unpressurized. These meticulous demands baffled the crew, but revealed a terrifying truth. Cooper possessed deep professional aerospace knowledge, likely stemming from a military paratrooper background. As the jet flew directly into a blinding, turbulent winter storm over the dense wilderness of southwestern Washington, the cockpit crew noticed an interior warning light flash on. Cooper had just done the unthinkable. He had forced open the aircraft's unique aft stairs, exposing the cabin directly to the roaring, sub-zero air currents outside. At approximately 8:13 p.m.,
as the aircraft battled heavy rain and zero visibility clouds over the rugged terrain near the Lewis River, the flight crew felt a sudden, distinct upward oscillation of the plane's tail section. The pilots had to quickly adjust the controls to stabilize the jet, noting the exact time and geographical coordinates of the strange aerodynamic shift. It was at this precise moment that Dan Cooper, wrapped in freezing darkness and battered by 150-mile-per-hour winds, strapped the heavy ransom bag to his body, checked his civilian parachutes one last time, and stepped off the open stairs straight into the roaring void. He plunged into a dense, mountainous pine forest during a freezing storm, wearing nothing but his lightweight business suit and trench coat, leaving behind a completely empty aft cabin and an aircraft flying on autopilot towards its destination. When Flight 305 finally touched down safely in Reno, Nevada, wrapped in heavy security and surrounded by an army of local police and federal agents, the true scale of the mystery became frighteningly clear. Armed tactical teams breached the plane, expecting a hostile standoff or a hidden bomb, but they found absolutely nothing but an open back door and a chilling silence. Cooper was completely gone, leaving behind his black clip-on tie on seat 18C, 2 of the 4 parachutes, and a handful of filter cigarette butts as his only physical legacy. He had accomplished what the aviation world deemed entirely impossible. He had hijacked a commercial airliner, successfully extorted the United States government, and executed a perfect, untraceable mid-air escape without leaving behind a single definitive clue to his true identity. The moment the aircraft landed empty, the FBI launched Operation Norjak, standing for Northwest Hijacking, an investigation that quickly ballooned into the largest, most expensive, and most exhaustive manhunt in American history. Hundreds of federal agents, military troops, and local police officers, supported by tracking dogs and helicopters, flooded the dense, unforgiving wilderness of southwestern Washington, where Cooper was calculated to have dropped. Investigators meticulously combed through the rugged terrain, treacherous mountain peaks, and freezing rivers for weeks, expecting to find either a dead body tangled in a parachute canopy or torn fragments of clothing. However, despite searching thousands of acres and interviewing over 1,000 potential leads across the country, the forest yielded absolutely nothing. It was as if Dan Cooper had dissolved into thin air the second his feet left the aircraft's aft stairs. As years bled into decades, the case grew increasingly frustrating, defined by an endless wall of dead ends, bizarre false leads, and unidentified fingerprints that matched no known criminal databases. The FBI thoroughly checked every single person with an aviation or military paratrooper background, tracking down hundreds of suspects, yet none could be definitively tied to the evidence left on seat 18C. The bills themselves became a phantom trail. The government had distributed the list of all 10,000 serial numbers to banks, casinos, and law enforcement agencies worldwide, offering massive rewards for a single match. Yet not a single one of Cooper's $20 bills ever entered circulation, leading many investigators to conclude that the mysterious Skyjacker had either died during the grueling jump or was clever enough to bury the money away forever. Then, in February 1980, a shocking twist completely reignited the fading investigation and provided the first piece of physical evidence found outside the plane. An 8-year-old boy named Brian Ingram was vacationing with his family on a beach called Tina Bar along the Columbia River, just downriver from Vancouver, Washington. As he scraped through the wet sand to build a campfire, he unearthed 3 degraded, rubber-banded stacks of cash, totaling $5,800. Marine biologists and FBI forensics experts verified the decaying bills instantly. Their serial numbers perfectly matched the ransom money handed to Cooper 9 years prior. This unexpected discovery sparked frantic new excavations along the riverbank, but instead of solving the puzzle, it created a deeper mystery. How did these specific stacks get buried miles away from the drop zone, and where was the remaining $194,200?
In July 2016, following 45 years of exhaustive, fruitless searching, the FBI officially suspended the active investigation into Operation Norjak, marking the formal end to the most famous cold case in aviation history. Over the decades, the agency had compiled a massive physical file containing thousands of specialized leads, yet they could never conclusively place a definitive suspect in the sky on that freezing winter night. Among the top candidates investigated was Richard McCoy, a decorated military veteran and expert skydiver who executed a nearly identical copycat skyjacking just 4 months after Cooper's escape, demanding $500,000. However, despite his eerily matching technical skill set, McCoy's precise alibi during the Thanksgiving weekend of 1971 completely cleared him of being the original mastermind, leaving the true identity of Dan Cooper completely blank. Ultimately, the vanishing of Dan Cooper transformed him from a simple high-stakes criminal into an immortal pop culture legend, an elusive folk hero who executed the ultimate victimless heist against a corporate system and completely got away with it. His spectacular escape fundamentally revolutionized the global aviation industry, forcing commercial airlines to install mandatory metal detectors at every terminal and implement the famous Cooper vane, a critical mechanical lock that physically prevents the aft stairs of a Boeing 727 from ever being opened during flight. Whether he perished violently in the sub-zero terrain of the Washington wilderness or managed to quietly slip away to spend his thousands in absolute anonymity, his flawless execution stands as a brilliant monument to human planning that completely outsmarted the entire intelligence network of the United States. The baffling mystery of Dan Cooper remains the absolute gold standard of unsolved true crime, a gripping riddle that continues to puzzle seasoned investigators and amateur sleuths generations later. What do you think really happened after he stepped off those metal stairs into the freezing midnight storm? Did the untraceable skyjacker survive the deadly plunge, or did the unforgiving wilderness swallow his final secrets whole? Share your ultimate theories in the comments section below. And if you love diving headfirst into history's most terrifyingly perfect crimes and unresolved mysteries, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for Neutrix Vision right now so you never miss another deep dive investigation.